everybody, and welcome back to Lindsey's Little Library. I had to move my angle a little bit because it is such a sunshiny day, which I am so happy that we have some sunshine. Let's be honest about that, be clear about that. So anyway, so welcome to Booklist Thursday. Booklist Thursday is something I do with Sarah over at Sarah's Nightstand. We come to you every Thursday with some sort of book. Thoughts, ideas, recommendations, something bookish related. So today we have a really fun and easy prompt, and so we're going to talk about books with one-word titles, which is pretty fun to kind of go through the shelves. And I've got four books from four different genres, and then I have one that I haven't read yet that I'm looking for some thoughts from you guys on. So let's get started. From a romance yet pretty spicy perspective, we have Icebreaker. This is by Hannah Grace. I liked this more than I thought I would. We picked this for book club, and I was kind of not really looking forward to it, but was pleasantly surprised. So we have Anastasia. She is really working her entire life to be part of Team USA as an ice figure skating person, but things aren't going as planned. She is skating with it's a couple figure skating team that she's skating with. Not going great. And she ends up meeting Nate Hawkins, who is a hockey player. He is team captain. He kind of runs the ship around there, and they are forced to share a rink. And let's just say figure skaters and hockey players don't always see eye to eye when it comes to sharing the rink. But they need to figure it out. So they kind of end up being forced to team up together to work through this problem. And then Anastasia's skating partner faces some uncertain futures. She may have to look at Nate to to help her through this. Sparks fly, obviously, between Anastasia and Nate. There are some funny parts in this book. There are some really heartwarming parts of this book. Nate lives in a college house, because they're both going to college at the time, with a handful of other teammates, and you can't help but fall in love with them. One of them has a care package for if girls ever stay overnight. It's so cute. It definitely is spicy, so don't walk away from that. There's definitely some angst and some drama, and it wasn't. Sometimes some of these books get kind of eye-rolly for me. There were parts that are a little eye-rolly, but I was invested in it to the point I would like to continue on with the series. It follows the other characters as well. But I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. So there's Icebreaker for you. Next one I have is a historical fiction. This is Roses by Leila Meacham. It's quite the epic story. It is I forgot how pretty the end pages are on this book. It's part of a whole kind of collaboration of books. Some of them, there is a book that does come after Roses. I want to say it's Somerset comes after Roses, but otherwise there's Titans. There's a number of them that kind of all connect, if that makes sense. So this one, spanning the 20th century, it's a story of a powerful founding family of Hawbucker, Texas, and how their histories remain intertwined over the span of 3 generations. So we have the cotton tycoon Mary and timber magnate Percy, and they fall in love. But because of their stubborn natures, Mary's devotion to her family's land, they unwisely never wed. Now they must deal with the deceit, secrets, and tragedies that surround them, and the loss of what might have been, only for themselves, but also for their family legacies. Like I said, it spans quite a time. There are a number of times in this book you're like, how are we going to get out of this? How are we going to figure this out? How are we going to move past this? But if you're looking for a really good epic historical fiction family story from the South, Roses is fantastic, and I loved it. I did listen to it and absolutely enjoyed it. All right, next, of course, I have a good suspenseful thriller for you. This is Hostage by Claire McIntosh. Basic premise is it's an issue on an airplane. I want to make sure I don't spoil anything, and I don't want to get it confused with Falling by T.J. Newman. So very similar. If you liked Falling by T.J. Newman, you would like Hostage as well. So we have, oh, that's right. Okay, now I remember. There is this inaugural flight from London to Sydney that is a nonstop flight. It's one of the first of its kinds. It's in this new aircraft. And we follow, what's her name? A flight attendant. Her name's Mina. She's excited to be on this flight, even though there's some pretty serious things happening with her marriage. She has a troubled 5-year-old daughter. She's kind of contemplating, does she go be part of this? Does she not? But it's kind of a once in a lifetime gig for her and she can't help it. So she ends up going and being a flight attendant on this flight, and she gets a note. It says, the following instructions will save your daughter's life. And then we go from there. So very good, very fast paced. I read this super, super quick and really liked it. And I feel like it's not talked about that much. So Hostage, pick it up. Then I have a good science fiction. Of course, you guys have heard me talk about this one before, but Devolution by Max Brooks. Absolutely love this book. Again, and another one I listened to. I seem to be on some audiobook kicks on this prompt, but this one follows so Mount Rainier in Washington erupts and ends up kind of sequestering off this community called Green Loop. And this community is supposed to be like the top of the line, technological, yet not off the grid, but off on its own a bit, utopia of a place to live. But the volcano hits, it is now sequestered by itself, and technology is not working because, hello, a volcano just erupted. And unfortunately, not only are the residents of Green Loop trapped here, but they're trapped there with a family of Sasquatches, some Bigfoots. And now they have to survive, both the people in Green Loop and this family of Bigfoots. So, a slightly far-fetched premise, but give it a try. I think this is a really great, like, introduction to science fiction book. So, try it. I loved it. It was so good. So good. So then the book I'm looking for some thoughts from you guys is Framed by John Grisham. These are true stories of wrongful convictions. Picked this up, I believe, when I was on, was it the BookTube Besties trip this last fall? But it's a number of stories, again, about people who are wrongfully convicted. Haven't picked it up yet. Have any of you? I'm very curious on it. What have you thought? What did you think? How was it written? I'm curious. I haven't heard much about it. I'm trying to see like what the structure is. I haven't heard much about it, so I'm just curious. So it looks like, so that one, okay, so they must rotate between John Grisham and Jim McCloskey, who write these stories. I wonder how many there are. Do we have a table of contents? We do. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different stories. So if you've read this, let me know below your thoughts. If not, I could read it and do a vlog. Let me know if that works for you. I don't know. Give me your opinion. I would love it. But if you want to talk about any of the other books that I read, put that below as well. And then leave one word as a comment. If you don't have anything else to say, just maybe say hello. Because I like to know that you're here and that you've taken the time to listen to some book recommendations. So comment that below if you want to just kind of send a hi. Otherwise, head over to Sarah's channel, see what she has for one-word titles today, and like, comment, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And I will see you next time. Bye.